Hello all, my name is Cohen. I'm making this video because I found a neat way to transfer your favorite armor sets and combinations from Destiny game files to real 3D. The process is pretty simple and can be done with free software and relatively little. First, you're going to want to go to meshmixer.com, hit download, and download the latest version. Go through the setup process until you land on the main page of the Meshmixer app, which should look something like this. Then go to github.com/prusa3d/prusa-slicer/releases. Look like this right here. Go ahead and download the latest release. Looks like it is 2.4.1 for either Windows 32 or 64, depending on operating. Or if you have Linux, you can go with something like that. Then you're going to want to go to destinySTLgenerator.com and scroll down to the file selection portion down here. It's here where you're going to type in each model that you want to download, the helmet, arms, chest, legs, and then class item for your Guardian. In this case, I'm going with a Hunter, so I went ahead and downloaded the Lux armor set, as it is one of my favorites. Then once you download your arms, you're going to want to open up Prusa Slicer after it's finished installing. Then you'll get to this screen here. Then go to your downloads and drag the arm files. So for me, it is the Lux sleeves. You can see they do come in quite large. We can fix that later on, but we're going to want to go ahead and rotate them, be horizontal to one another, and then use the split tool to turn them into models. After you've done this, go ahead and reorient them to be vertical. Now that this is done, you can go ahead and export each arm as its own file. So you could do arm 1, arm 2, left arm, right arm, it doesn't really matter. You just need to export as STL. I already went ahead and did this and used arm 1 and arm 2, but you can use whatever names you'd like. Then you're going to want to go back to Meshmixer over here, make it full screen, and then you can start dragging in all of your armor. We're going to start with the vest here, and it should pop in no problem. Then we'll do the helmet. Now it's going to ask append, replace, or cancel. Go ahead and hit append. Then it's going to ask if you'd like to move it closer to the model. Hit no. This way, it's going to place it exactly where it needs to be, right on top of that neck area of the chest. Then we're going to go ahead and throw in the legs. In this case, the Lux Riders. Hit yes. Hit append, hit no. Here they are. Then we'll go ahead and throw in the arms. These get a little tricky because you have to move them back into place. We'll hit append, and then this right arm will be down there. And throw in the left arm, hit append, and then that one will be down here. We'll go ahead and move these arms up here in a minute, but next we're going to go ahead and throw in the cloak, the Lux cloak right here, hit append. Now the thing with cloaks, robes, and marks is that Destiny uses different files for the sort of cloth portion, so the little cloak down here does not come in with the mark. To fix this, I would recommend just using either paper, some cheap cloth, or something else that you can print a pattern onto to make the cloak in real life for your model, as it is a 1 pixel thick file, which in printing terms does not translate well. So that is a little bit of a downside, and you will have to do some arts and craft to get it look right, but it does add that nice little homemade implement to it. It makes it look that much more. Now that we have all of our models in, we're going to go ahead and select the arms. Let's do arm 1 here. Hit edit, transform, and then we're going to bring it up in line with the shoulders. This little collar neck thing adds a nice little guidance to make sure you get it right. Proper, it should go right into that collar. There's a little neckline there. Perfect. And what I forgot to mention is that once you got it aligned, you can go ahead, hit accept there, go to the select tool, take this little piece here, select all of it. You can use the lasso tool, select all of it, whatever you want. Then hit the delete key, then go back to edit, transform, back to this arm right here, and then rotate it back into place. I'm I'm gonna go ahead and do this for the other arm as well. We'll bring it up, go to Edit, Transform here, up a little bit, forward, back in arm. Nice and in line with the other arm. Perfect. Now we're going to go ahead and take this arm and move it a little bit to make it look more natural. Right now it looks like he's just kind of holding himself back a do. So hit transform, then we will rotate it downward. Bring it down a bit. That. Perfect. And then we can rotate it inwards like that. Bring his shoulder blade into the model. Now it looks a little bit more natural. Out a little bit more so that the shoulder blade isn't poking into the gauntlet piece. But if you want to get a little bit more fancier, you can select this arm, cut it into more pieces to model it that way. However, I want to keep things simple here. Now we can go ahead and take our other arm here, rotate this one up a little. Up. Go. Then we're going to want to go ahead and hit accept here. Then the select tool. At this point, we're going to go ahead and select the whole hand. A little bit tricky. Things can get a bit difficult here. You might notice that these hands look a little weird. That does happen with this sort of model. Go ahead and take a look at the arm here. See if we can select anything. And this too. These. All of these portions to the hand. Awesome. Then we'll go ahead and hit Y, which will turn it into its own part. Go to transform, and we'll rotate it. We'll have to bring it back up a bit into the model. Make sure it doesn't have too much collision. Stuff can be a little bit tricky. Alright, that looks pretty decent. Or, well, maybe we could use... Go ahead and use the undo tool. Now it's back into where it was. I went over one too much, so we're going to go ahead and reselect the hand. Perfect. Alrighty, then we'll hit separate again, then edit, transform. Then you might see this little after image effect here. This can happen as Destiny models are kind of weird in that way. So we'll go ahead and fix that right now. Hit accept on that for now. Then we'll want to make sure we're selecting the arm. So we'll go back to this hand right here, and we'll hit, got these little excess pieces right here. Select to use, select. Got the whole thing, hit delete. There you go. Now we can go back to the hand right here. Back to transform. Orient it in a way that makes it look too round. Bring it back. Want it to look a little bit natural. That looks pretty realistic to me. Rotate a little bit. There we go. That looks nice. His arm does look a little funky. What we can do is we can then aim down. While this tool is pretty handy, as you might be able to see, can get a little bit frustrating. Doesn't look like there'll be a way for me to move it. So you can do that beforehand when you move the arm to make it a little bit more natural. So let's go ahead and try and do that the hard way. Transform. Up a little bit more. And we can go ahead, bring it in a little bit. Decent. Accept. Go back to the object viewer, which is Control-Shift-O. Select that hand, edit, transform, and we go ahead and bring it up to line with this arm here. Go, that looks pretty decent. Hit accept. Perfect. Now for this next part, we're going to go back to Destiny STL generator. Go ahead and select a ghost. I want my hunter to look like he's holding out his arm here when he's summoning his ghost. Let's just go with the kill tracker ghost since it's the basic ghost shell. And it is my favorite since I my Prusa. Go ahead and drag that file into Meshmixer. Hit append. And it's going to spawn down here at his feet. It's going to be in a bunch of pieces. I'm going to go ahead and first select this little piece right here. This is where the symbol will show up when you're summoning your. Now that we have that taken care of, we scroll down, select all of these ghost pieces, hit combine, then move it up. Now that we have it up, our guardians, give it a little bit natural. Nice. Now, if you want things to be easy to print, you can lower it down a little bit to where he's making it physically, lightly hovering. In this case, we'll make it slightly above his hand so we have an easier time printing. I hit accept, and for this last part, we're gonna go ahead and hit cylinder, drag one the hand, head and move downward so it that, hit accept, and go back to the object view. Dropped part, which is that cylinder. Edit, form, back a little bit, and we're gonna scale it. I want to hit and turn off uniform. Then we'll go ahead and like that is not. Nope. Back here. And we're gonna go ahead and make it taller until 8 inch 5 here. It perfect. Now it is in the back of that ghost, so that we have something model after it's 85. Perfect. Now that that's all accept, then take a look at satisfied. Go ahead and pop one right down here, and then you'll hit come. Now, if you want to make changes before file, save as say my hunt 1. Save that as a .mix. Allow you to come back and edit things, find them in that. Go ahead and hit 9. Now you have. Now that we're done here, my hunter. Save this as a JSTL 3MF. I like 3MF because higher quality format. Go ahead and hit. Go back over to Meshmixer here. Back to our download. Grab the My Hunter large, like this, and scale it down to a good. Sake of at it, we'll now our guard. That little. Depending on polygon seconds, have a real. So it didn't. But your violet, your righty. If you're satisfied, you can go ahead and go add your support. Like you can cut it down in the P. Right? However, for this type of model, I do resin. So slicer up. A hunter model I made. Back to our drag in. Nothing happened. Back to export this guy as an STL. Right? It'll back down to that. And Chitu Box doesn't like 3. Have to export. I get in and a bit too large, so we'll it. Go. Here I'll go like with hate him. Resin prints. Add more. Ports. Not a crazy delicate model, however, it is fairly solid and will heavy support plus all. Oh, Now ready to your mod, export drive and place here. Here we are. Here I can save it to a USB drive and then FDM. Improve. Then obviously you'll need support correctly, but we're just now once you're satisfied, you have your model. Go ahead and make one second and show you after. But apart from that, I left all the links sites in the check out my other and apart from that, thank you for watching. Okay.